Hello everyone, welcome back to Tricky Child. My name is Kathan and today we are in for part 5 of the Bdubs Castle tutorial. I have some big stuff on the books for today's episode. It might not take too long, but they're major advancements. So without further ado, let's get into it. So one of the first things we're going to be hitting today is the big window thing in the middle of the castle. I've been putting this off for a long time because it's very confusing and it still kind of is to me, even though I built it. I don't really know how. It's mostly kind of guesswork. But the first thing you want to do is place 5 blocks like this. You can see it goes from one piece of andesite to the other, and then stack that up like the same, just perpendicular to it, 2 blocks high, 5, and then go 3 out on either side. So it should be a total of 11 like this. So you have 5 blocks, and then behind it, place like a temporary block. And then go up to, and this should be over 11. Now you should be left with something like this, and you're just going to place granite here to kind of like just block that out temporarily. Eventually we'll be adding these like clock hands, so some of these will be replaced with like andesite or whatever. So, but for now, just leave it like this. You're going to stick with that 5 by 11 pattern everywhere. You can see here it goes from this piece of andesite to this piece of andesite, and then go 11 high, fill in all the blank spots with granite, and then here do the same thing. But up here, here's where it gets a little tricky. You're gonna have to take this back one with stone walls. Last time we did this, we only went back two, so you're actually gonna take it back three, and then just kind of skip out on this 5 block thing for now, and just go right to the back and add this 11 block pattern, and you should have a nice squarish, circle-ish frame, and I'll cut back to you when I have that myself. Okay, so now what we have is we have this nice circle-ish thing that's kind of been pushed back. You should have a nice uh, kind of open air concept up here if you want to call it that. I just probably should do that. But I found that between clips that it's actually much easier to kind of go to the back. Yeah, don't worry, yours shouldn't look exactly like this. It might cut off around here. I just brought it all the way over because it makes it look much more clean, but this will be covered up anyway. But what you want to do is you'll basically just make a square that it goes like the 11 blocks should stop. I'm not exactly sure, but just take it all the way down until they intersect each other, and then once you have your corner, just basically just add something like that, just those 3 blocks in that pattern, and this is exactly what you want on them. And then from here you'll have that once again that nice little block of air, or just patch it all in with granite like this. And now what you're going to do is just start texturing away with your granite, or and this it shouldn't take too long, just like that. And now it's time for something easy. Take it 1 block more back and just fill everything in. Go crazy, go wild. Use a mixture of andesite and terracotta. I forgot to mention that this is terracotta. It's not red terracotta. It's not orange terracotta. It's terracotta. Okay. With this massive center hole, it really makes the entire thing feel a little more complete. We're not going to add these clock hands because I don't really feel like it. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to this massive roof. This really makes the entire thing look more like a castle and less like whatever this is. So this roof is really complicated, and what you're going to start out with is build this 2 high, this 3 high, this 4 high, and this 5 high. And the reason for that is because you want to place 1 block here like this. So I'm just going to model it for you right here. You're going to add a block like here. Then you're going to add a upside down staircase, either polished andesite or stone. I'm going to personally use stone right here. It doesn't really matter what you use. Whoops. It doesn't really matter what you use. And then finally, you're going to place a temporary block right here. And then once again, a either stone or polished andesite staircase, but it can be upside down or right side up. I'll use andesite here. It doesn't really matter. Just destroy this temporary block, and you should be left with something that looks like this. Now, the reason you should do that, you should take this 4 up, is because it makes it much easier when you have a temporary block back here to add this block, whatever. But just make sure that there's 3 blocks showing. The blocks you're going to need here are andesite, stone, and light gray concrete. I forgot about that. And once you get here, just stop. Don't really worry about it. We're going to be adding something else over here, and then just mirror it over this side. So I'll cut back to you when I have this mirrored over here. Okay, so now what you should have is basically the hardest part of the roof done, which are these 2 sides. And now let's work on this big middle part. So the first thing you want to do is go and make towers. The one should be 6 blocks. This is the one I'm pointing at right now, 6 blocks high. The next one should be 8 blocks high, and the last one should be 11 blocks high. Once again, you're still using that same color palette of andesite, stone, and like gray concrete. And over here, just you're gonna add these on top of each other. But here's the wall pattern, so it should be like these towers should be in front of the walls. I didn't put them in front of them because I thought it'd be a little confusing to show you, but you're gonna basically put these towers just behind these walls, so it'll be something like this. But you're just gonna mirror these over, and you're also gonna mirror this wall pattern over. The first wall should be 3 blocks high. The second wall should also be 3 blocks high, and the next wall should be 7 blocks high, and the last one should be 8 blocks high. So once again, mirror this over here, mirror this over here, and you should have something that looks pretty nice. So now what we have is our towers with the walls in the correct place. So now get ready for probably the hardest part of this entire tutorial. This roof detailing right under here has made me very, very frustrated because somehow I built that um, maybe, I don't know, I forget how many months ago. But now I have to replicate it and it's still pretty difficult. So get ready for some good old fashioned um, throwback turkey child builds. When you hear the annoying mouse clicks, you get to spend quality time talking with me. So let's go. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add something, a wall here, temporary wall here, and then another wall another wall like that. Okay, yeah, like that. See, this is all the pain that's cut out of the videos. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an upside down staircase like here, add a block here, and then a staircase that is in line with these ones. A tip I recommend that kind of helps a lot is if you just um, basically put a staircase on the seventh wall like this, and then another one that basically, how this one is also 8 blocks tall. So place a block here, and then um, this, and then that. This is not in chronological order, but it makes the entire process much smoother. Trust me, it looks weird, but it'll get there. So now we are on top of here. So we're gonna have to do something pretty spicy. So you know why I told you to bring this up three? Well, you had the staircase on top of this third one, and now you're gonna add another staircase. Doesn't really matter which one. Probably try to avoid using stone brick because it blends in. Um, Add it like there, and then place something like this. So now you can kind of replicate the same pattern, except without this one. So then do the same thing upside down back here, the same stone right here, and the same thing like this. It's pretty, it's not that bad, but at the same time it's bad. And also don't forget to add that. Well, okay, it's not that bad, but it's a pain if you don't do it right. You might have to watch that back a couple times. It's a little confusing, but hopefully you have it done so it looks pretty nice. It looks a little weird right now, but once we add this and take it all the way to the top, it will look pretty nice. Just mirror the same pattern all the way up, and you should be in pretty good hands. So I'll see you when it reaches the very top. What happens is you'll notice that the roof at the end doesn't fully match up. What you're going to do is you're going to take the block layer you have with these upside down staircases and just take them all the way to the top. This should fit like perfectly. It'll stop at a 1 block area, and then you're done. Just add 2 blocks of andesite or whatever block you want just right here. um, just kind of tops it off. But now you're going to have these right side up staircases on the outside, and this is what's going to be giving you your problem. If you'll notice that if you take them here, you take them here, there's going to be 1 block in the middle. It doesn't look right to just leave it like that. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make sort of this pillar thing. Um, Add 3 stone blocks, get them 3 blocks apart, and then go 1 block on top of them, and add 3 stone blocks like this, and then 3 stone blocks vertically. Then you're going to place 2 stone brick walls next to it on either side, and then finally at the top, the finishing touch is just 1 stone brick wall. It should look like this. There's gonna be 1 block right here. That's you're gonna have to add. It's gonna be pretty empty space, and then you're obviously gonna add these 2 blocks like I just said. But everything should work out pretty well. Um, And here's just like a back view if you want to see it. It should look like that. Yeah, I said it'll meet like right perfectly in the middle. Um, so hopefully that's what it looks like. And this is probably a good time to talk about the world download because I just know that there is going to be some people that can't do this. And the world download is something that people keep on asking me for. So, the world download is in the first video of this series. So that's the one where I'm introducing it. Everything's really laggy. I'm like flying through it. It looks really disgusting. Click in the description of that video. There should be a Dropbox link, and you should be able to download it and put it into Minecraft, and that should create this a copy of this world. Okay, so for obvious reasons, there's no way that I'm gonna be making this all the way over here. So it's just gonna be um, this side that I'm gonna make. You just can just invert it, mirror it, we're over there, whatever you want. Um, but I'm not doing that again because it's really, really painful. We're now gonna do the last thing for the day. So what we're gonna do is build up two dirt grass blocks like here and put it one behind this tower we made last episode. Just one block here, and it should be 12 blocks from right here. Then leave a one block gap, and behind it, make something that starts right here. It starts right here. I don't really know why this is all stone brick, but whatever. It starts right here, and it goes 14 over, and it should end at the same spot that the grass ends. Now, keep in mind there should be a one block gap. So when you look at it like this, you should be left with something like just a line like here that goes 12 and 12, but obviously, or sorry, 11 and 11 when you look at it like this. But obviously, we have our one block back here and a couple more blocks back here. Now what we're going to do is take 2 blocks and add it in front, then another 2 blocks and add it in front, leave 2 in between of that, and then leave 2 in between there, and come up 1 block and add 3 blocks like this, 3 blocks like this, so that you have a nice little rectangle. And this should lead right into the center of this big tower. And now you're going to take this tower 3 blocks up. So it's already 1 block up, so just take it 3 more, and then take it 4 for wall. So obviously don't leave it all this ugly stone color with the stone brick. You're just gonna, I'm using this for like placeholder, but obviously mix in your normal walls. But here's where it gets pretty interesting. Bdubs is a really good builder, so he uses pretty interesting color palettes. One of my favorites is the thing he used right here. He uses a mixture of acacia logs, coal, and black concrete, or sorry, whatever, cyan concrete. That's not cyan, it's black. Don't even question it, but just whatever, use that. It really makes a really nice color palette, and make sure the higher up you go, the lighter it gets. In his video, he states that he wants it to be like kind of you know, like how the bottom is all like dirty and it has like a bunch of dirt on it, and then as you get to the top, it's like newer and cleaner. So try to get like a really nice transition in there. It's a little difficult, but I think you guys can do it, and I'll cut back to you once I just like these towers, these couple things are done, and a basic palette. Okay, so during that cut, I really didn't do much that we didn't talk about. I just added the little whatever you want to call this. But now we can focus on this tall stuff. So this from this block all the way to here is 12 blocks high. So from the block that you already placed, you're going to have to take it up 11 more. And then do obviously the same thing for here, and then add 2 more blocks. This is going to be a nice rectangle, but you really don't have to focus on this part because it's going to be inside the wall. It's not going to be showing, so don't really focus on that. It's mostly just these exterior parts that you're going to have to focus on. So what you want to do now is you want to fill in all of this from here, take it back all the way to this wall, and fill in these. This is going to be the last thing we're going to do today. And remember, really make sure that you focus on that, acacia, that dark theme, and then it gets lighter when we go to the top. However, for these towers, it does look a lot better when you have more contrast, so I would recommend keeping the theme dark the entire way up when you go on these ones.
Okay, so here we have the final results for this side. So this is actually a day later. YouTube was being really annoying. Wouldn't let me upload the video because it was exceeding 15 minutes, so I had to redo this outro really quickly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a really great day. I'm having a lot of fun with the series, and goodbye.